Paragraphs are the building blocks or stepping stones of your paper. They will lead your reader through your paper, providing the clarity needed to understand your ideas. Paragraphs are often mistakenly defined by their length. For example, some say a paragraph should be 5 sentences. Others say it should be 6 or 7 lines. However, paragraphs are not defined by their length, but rather by a specific idea or topic. Each paragraph should be focused on a single topic, idea, or point. Paragraphs typically follow a specific format that present a main idea and then gives evidence that will support that idea. It will typically begin with a topic sentence that states the main idea of the whole paragraph. It usually comes after a brief transition from the previous paragraph. However, a paragraph can also build up to a concluding sentence if evidence is presented first. The topic sentence is followed by supporting evidence that backs up the topic sentence. You can use explanations of terminology, facts, examples, reasoning, and quotes from excerpts that prove your point. Make clear how your evidence relates to your topic sentence so that the reader can see how it supports your main point. A paragraph will conclude with a wrap-up sentence. A final sentence pulls together the whole paragraph. This final sentence, however, is not intended as an introduction to the ideas of the following paragraph. Let's look at an example of a paragraph from a paper about euthanasia. Euthanasia is divided into 2 categories. First is passive euthanasia. Passive euthanasia is allowing a patient to die when he or she will clearly not live very long, and treatment is ineffectual. Derek Humphrey, co-founder of the Hemlock Society and Final Exit Network, argues that this kind of euthanasia is an act of love and a sign of caring society. Los Angeles doctor Matthew E. Connolly doesn't consider it a form of euthanasia at all, but says that allowing a dying patient to pass on, doctors are simply letting nature take its course. Clearly, there comes a time when death can no longer be held at bay, and when that moment comes, it is futile to resist. Surely it is better to let such a person die than fight to save a life that cannot be saved, and there are few who argue against it. The second type of euthanasia, however, is more controversial than passive euthanasia. What is termed active euthanasia involves administering a lethal dose to a patient at the patient's request. In this paragraph, the first sentence explains what the rest of the paragraph is about, a definition of passive euthanasia. The writer follows with a clear definition of passive euthanasia and 2 quotations from experts on the subject. The writer offers his own opinion in the last 2 sentences and relates the paragraph back to the overall topic, the ethical implications of euthanasia. Notice how the second paragraph begins with a transitional sentence and how the next sentence serves as the topic sentence for that paragraph. Although there is no set rule for how long a paragraph should be, a paragraph that is longer than a page should usually be reorganized. If you're not sure where to begin, examine the paragraph and look for a change of subject or idea, a change of place or time, or an example or illustration of an idea. These are all reasonable signals that a new paragraph should occur. Conversely, you should be wary about paragraphs that are too short. While short paragraphs can strengthen an idea, create a transition, or give emphasis, if there are too many short paragraphs, your thoughts may come across as fragmented or distract from the flow of your paper. When confronted with a paragraph that is too brief, consider joining 2 smaller paragraphs with similar topics, providing additional support or development to your main point, defining any unique terms, or including a quotation from authority to strengthen your argument. You may also find that it is best to simply omit the paragraph if it is not in direct support of the thesis of your paper. It is important to ensure that your paper and the paragraphs that build on that paper are coherent. Coherence means that each sentence and thought builds on the one before it. Within paragraphs, sentences should logically follow the previous sentence and lead into the next. The same is true as you go from paragraph to paragraph. Similarly, transitions will ease your readers through the paper, acting as signposts to explain the organization of your paper. Remember when writing that paragraphs provide the readers with breaks and organization that will help the audience understand your argument and ideas. Make it easy on them by focusing each paragraph around a single idea and provide transitions between ideas. Thank you for watching. This video is brought to you by the BYU-Idaho Writing Center.